in the store and he tried to stop the can. He tried to put his foot on it, picked up the can.
Oh, slapped him with it?
Yeah.
He died.
The white died from the impact?
The black died from natural causes, some recent shit. Yeah.
Damn.
Salute the son though. Because that's the legend.
Yeah.
That was
Rest up.
shit. Word.
The only thing that topped that was the chair.
The chair.
Montgomery, bro.
Oh, nah. Someone was more ill than
No, the
It
coffee
was,
shit was
but the
crazy.
chair's more iconic.
the chair. Yeah, because it
Hey,
got more
'cause
press.
it was
but
more
still.
people.
Nah, that ping with the can was crazy. And he got away with that clean.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happened. That was dope, my nigga. Salute. That was some real Black History Month. Nah, real talk.
It's a wild Black History
Like
moment.
Arizona Ice-T put out a specialty can.
They should commemorate my son. He wiped out.
This dude said $10 million, DDG. He said $10 million isn't enough to live off of for the rest of your life.
Maybe not for him.
Yeah, I'm like, but
I feel like you could get it done.
why? Like, why?
And I
do
think
niggas
age plays a
listen
factor
to
into
him?
this.
I think you can get it done. You got to set limits for yourself, right? And then invest the rest. You have to set limits. Monthly expenditure limit, 5 racks or whatever shit.
Yeah.
Right? And just you got to live within your means, dog. Whatever you have left, put it back in the bank. You feel me? You can live under $5,000 a month. You can.
So, if
Yeah, you can.
If you
can.
take
Where?
$5 million,
Where?
Wherever you live.
mad places, you
No.
can take $5 million and put it.
I want to. I'm
But let's say
responsible
you
here.
can't get, it doesn't make any more money. That's your finite amount of money for the rest of your life. Can you live off
Do
that?
the math on that.
Yes.
Real fast, Amar. That's
Yes.
60 bands a month. I mean, 60 bands a year.
60,000 a year.
Yeah.
What was the question?
How many years you can go with that?
I mean, that's going to depend on so many factors.
I mean,
Hold on.
that's not
No,
the
let's
rest of
say
life.
until you retire. When do you get the money? That's
Right
that's
now.
a factor. When do you
Nigga,
get the
you
money?
44. You get it right now.
I'm not 44.
60 racks a year. How much?
I'm
how
not
ma- how long
44.
till you run out?
Till you
You
hit
can't
the
live, hold on. Everybody don't agree you can't live off 5 racks?
We're talking about $10 million.
month?
Yes.
I think it depends on your lifestyle. I think for some it's
Hold
going to
on.
be very tough.
Right now,
Yeah.
you can live off 5 racks. We're not doing extravagant shit. You're just living,
All right.
right? You're happy life. You eat whatever you want. Your bills is paid. The kids is happy.
You might not be happy.
Wait, hold on.
No, you can't.
If you take $10 million dollars
But it's lifestyle. It's
and you
about your
divide it
lifestyle.
You gotta
by
find
30
some
years,
shit to do. We go to
right?
the park and shit like that.
Because
What if I wanna travel?
niggas generally work for about 30 to 40 years, right?
Extra.
More than that.
Really?
I'm going to break that budget quick.
That's a fact.
So then you want to break it down to 40 years, or
gotta
is
find
30
something.
More like,
sufficient?
it's
No,
more
I
like
want to try. That's got to be
start
part of my
working
lifestyle.
in 21
So now, to offset that, you gotta give us
65,
something else.
44 years.
And what can I give up within the $5,000, within $60,000 a year?
And you gotta find
And
something
I got
else.
3 kids
All right.
personally.
So-
Either you gotta work, you gotta get a little side job for side
So then I
hustle.
can't do it for 60.
But how?
60K,
Why are
you
y'all
get it done.
saying $60,000? We're talking about $10 million. If you divide that by 40, that's $250,000 a year.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right. So $250,000, yeah. Somebody can live off 250.
$190
$10
extra that I didn't account for. I said $5,000 a month for expenditure.
Yeah, I said that's low.
Niggas
That's-
could live off of that. Niggas do live off of that.
No, you
can.
absolutely could.
can.
I'm
Niggas
just saying
don't-
it's a
niggas don't have
lifestyle
this-
that most of us probably would not want to live.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's just not the
but
discipline.
even if now take
You're
that.
not disciplined enough, and you are. So
But I don't want to live a $60,000 lifestyle.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But
But
what
then-
I'm saying
could
is,
I if I had
not
to?
a $60,000 lifestyle. It's $60,000 to spend freely. Right? You have $5,000.
No, you said live off for $5,000.
Yeah, but if you have $5,000 to spend, if you give yourself a cap of $5,000 to spend every month, I don't understand what else you need, to be honest.
You can't. Okay, so
You
let's
can
say.
live off of that.
So that's not include my living expenses, not include like rent.
Aside from those things that you
Oh,
have
okay,
to do,
okay.
right?
Okay.
Those things.
So I
you
got
have
60 of play money.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like your bills and all of that, anything you incur already.
Yeah, I could do that.
That's aside from that. $5,000 is enough for anybody to live. And you
I would
can
agree.
chill.
I
You
agree.
can live well.
I agree.
Bro,
come
it's
on,
crazy.
my nigga.
Like, bro, $200,000 in most of the country, like you're good.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying I guess his
I think
overhead.
200,000 is way over.
Yeah,
the-
anywhere in the
Yeah,
country.
I think his
probably-
overhead might be.
Wait.
No, it's not
overhead
everywhere
might be
in the country. There are
ridiculous,
places where $200,000
That's
doesn't
retarded,
cut it.
Brett.
Yes, but
Spend
in,
it.
Yeah.
in most states you can live
Yeah.
with $200,000.
Yeah.
In New York you can live
And
with
then
$200,000.
you're not even thinking, and you're not even thinking
Yeah, you
about
can live with
working. So now you
$200,000.
have
Comfortably,
mad,
nigga.
you have mad time to like do other things and shit like that. Or then like that depends on if you even decide to stay in the United States. You could literally go anywhere in the world and live an amazing lifestyle.
Yo, $60,000 a year to spend, and the rest that you don't spend, you put it back, because you're not doing the $5,000 extra every
Wait,
month. You don't
is
need
it 60,000 that you're living off of?
No,
or
no.
Just,
What I'm saying is, you have your bills that you already incur, right? you're already paying those with your regular money.
Yeah, with what?
Now you have $10 million
extra
of extra money, and you're just putting $5,000 every month in your pocket that you can spend.
But he
Nigga, that
made
would
the
last
rule-
for mad.
No,
what's
but
how long does that last?
Darnell said you have 10 million and you can't make a penny over
Okay.
that ever again.
Okay, but what about the money I already have that I'm already paying my bills with?
No, he's saying you have
Done
to
up
stop
now.
working. It's
Can't-
Done
done.
up. You just
never
got the
make
10
another
million.
dollar.
Yeah.
You could do that.
You can.
You probably still
that.
can simply because you'll just double it. So now you have $10,000 a month,
But
right? And that has to cover everything.
Yeah.
You can still. How long till that runs out?
That's 100
Enough to last a lifetime.
10 M's
One-
for
120
the
a
rest
year.
of your
How
entire
long does that
life
last?
is not enough.
Mad long.
Let's debate,
Mad
please.
long.
It don't have
Right?
nothing to do with me
$120
being
a
a
year?
rapper. It don't have nothing to do with me wanting nice.
It does have to
then
do with
said
you
that's
being a
all you have
rapper
for the rest of your
because
life.
it doesn't
You be
matter
broke by
how
50,
much money
and
you
that's
make
market
if
debate
your
online. One
your
user wrote, "Boy,
expenses
that's
go
100K a
over
year
what
for
you're making.
100
That's
years.
what
It doesn't
I'm
matter
saying. You
what
have
you
to
make.
have discipline. You
Yeah.
can't. You just can't allow.
There
shit
are
out of hand.
people that make $70,000, $80,000 a year that live better than people that make $200,000 a year because if you make $200,000 a year and you spend $200,000 a year, nigga, then it doesn't fucking matter. Whereas the nigga that's making $70,000 is spending like maybe 40 or 50 and he's putting away 20 and he's living below his means.
I wouldn't say he's living a better life. I mean, that's subjective too. Because if I'm spending $200,000, I must be doing some lit shit. My life is probably better.
No, it doesn't
not
matter. It
necessarily.
doesn't mean it's lit.
Either way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like, if
so-
I'm spending $200,000 a year, then I'm doing everything I want.
So you're living.
That's
so
not
you're
necessarily
living.
true, my nigga.
I'm
I'm
know
doing
niggas
more
that
than you spending 50.
I know niggas that spend money on
But
stupidity.
you're
nigga.
in.
That's
You're
good.
you're paying.
Stupid
That's why I
shit.
said it's subjective.
You're paying.
It is.
Exorbitant rent somewhere.
So I'm living nicer
right?
than him in 50.
Hold on, just hear me out.
So I'm
you're
living nicer.
you're
So
paying
that's just a fact.
You're paying an exorbitant rent somewhere.
Exorbitant.
You're paying like exorbitant
Exorbitant.
Exorbitant.
whatever exorbitant,
Salmon.
and then you're maybe renting or leasing like a Lambo or something.
So my car's nicer than the
Yeah.
50K guy go.
But now think about it this way because it depends on what you put your value on. That person who's living that lifestyle goes home and he's stress free. You have to keep up with all of this ridiculous overhead
So I'm ambitious.
that you've created for yourself.
I'm very ambitious.
This nigga just wants to fight, man.
No, it
I'm
depends.
saying.
Yo, Brad, you kind of spitting a little bit because what if he created a bubble of freedom for himself because he limits his expenditure so he doesn't have to work?
Exactly, and he's
So
very
yes,
comfortable.
I agree. That
and
is
that
a better
nigga
life,
could
in my opinion.
travel
'Cause if you
way
have-
more than the nigga who makes
If you
$200,000.
have
Not if he's
7
only got
days
50K.
of freedom and you're
What?
spending this little 30, 40 and you putting 30 back in the bank, that is much
No,
better than that
but-
nigga that makes 200, spends all of it, and has to go fight for it every day.
The money
Check
he
the
puts
check?
in the bank, he's traveling
Yeah,
with.
cool.
So his traveling and my traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm confused.
Nigga.
Reg, have you ever seen the difference between 5-star and 2-star?
Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm
So
saying
his
is,
traveling ain't my traveling.
so if he's putting away $20,000 a year, right?
Right.
You're saying he can't afford like a couple of decent trips?
He
in a
ain't
year?
doing what I'm doing at 200 is what I'm saying. There's no way you can. How do you not understand
but,
that?
But what I'm
we
saying
live in different
is,
lives.
No, I understand that. But at
Yeah.
200, you're assuming that 200 includes a travel budget, right? But depending on where you live and how much you're spending,
Yeah.
$200,000 a year could literally just be your living expenses.
Could be. I'm still living a better life than him.
Is it a better life? You have
I don't
nicer, more expensive things.
Yep.
So he's
Is the
probably in
quality
the
of
food
life
desert.
better?
He's in the food desert.
That's not necessarily true.
If he only is spending $50,000 a year,
Yep.
right? This is all he has to spend.
Bought his house. His
So-
house is paid off.
How's he buying it? He's not buying his house.
He did it
He
already.
could technically
That's
buy a
why-
house for that.
That's why he only has
FHA loan.
$50,000 a year.
FHA loan don't mean the cost of the house goes down.
No, but he paid for his
No,
house
but
years
how do
ago.
you live it?
You're,
can
you're
get that.
thinking. You're
Pay
thinking
for his
about
house.
Cost of entry to
Amar,
buy the
come on,
house.
nigga.
is-
Amar.
Hold
You're
on.
thinking about
Yeah,
where
but-
we're at right now. So the nigga who's
What if he
spending
bought his
50K,
house in 99?
he might be living down in Texas or some shit like that, or Houston, and he bought a more affordable house. Whereas the nigga you're talking about has a high rise in fucking
So this does get
Manhattan.
into hypothetical land till it's like
Exactly.
we're just gonna
Stops.
keep. Yeah,
Stops.
that's why I said one guy's making significantly more than the other, so he can afford significantly more than the other,
Because
and
it's
that's
not
just
about
that.
what.
Now
what
y'all
you
can
make.
hypothetical me to
I know,
death.
That's
but
true, that's true.
All the
But-
hypotheticals aside, it doesn't matter how
y'all got
much
him
you
in
make.
Texas now, and he bought the house 19,000 years ago.
It doesn't
and the
matter how
house was
much you
50
make.
bands.
It matters
left him
how
his
much.
crib.
Hey, for Che,
Or somebody left him the crib.
Now he got entitled. You know what I mean?
Doesn't
Yeah, my nigga.
How much you make?
Estate sale,
That's
his
why he
grandma
only
died.
and he makes 70.
He got a farm in the back. He grow his own food.
Yeah,
he got to buy
he
groceries.
got chickens and shit.
That nigga living well.
Horticulture.
Hypothetical me to
one-
death.
Spend
One
30,
guy-
he put 40 away every year. He makes 70.
One
All
guy
right. That nigga
keeps
living
some money
well.
at the end of
Got
the
it.
year, and the other guy doesn't keep any money at all.
But dog, when do it stop if you have to keep adding?
You
to
got to.
No, I'm not
Which is
adding.
proving my
That's
point.
what I'm not adding
daddy
anything. I
catch a
said
bullet
in the
with
beginning of the
bad
scenario. Wait. In the beginning of the scenario, I said the nigga makes 70 and he only spends 50. He's putting 20 away.
Yeah.
The nigga makes 200, spends 200. He's putting nothing away.
Right.
God forbid that nigga loses a job or however he's generating
wrong.
his
1 week
200.
off work, he's done up
It's rough. People, a
No,
lot of people
But
are
we
currently
don't-
living
we
like
also
that.
don't know how he generates that 200.
from his job, nigga.
Maybe it's not his job.
What else he do?
If he sell, what if he sells?
Love
Does what?
it. More
Does
hypothetical.
what? What he sell?
Everything is still a job. He is if he stops whatever is making him to 200 or anything is disrupted, he's probably fucked
So
because
I
he has
created a
crazy
product.
overhead.
I created a product that generates
Too much over hypothetical.
200.
Still
Okay, and people stop,
happen.
and the
One
product
number
becomes
is
never
far
defective.
bigger than the
That's
other.
It will never stop that.
It won't.
It does.
One number.
Going.
It's just common sense. 200,000 is more than 70.
Correct.
Different lifestyle. We live different
But
lifestyles.
It's not the same number. 'Cause
I
like,
agree, but I still don't agree with your original point that that's a better life.
Well, money
I
don't
feel
make
like
you
it's a
happy.
different life.
Money
Yeah.
don't make you happy.
No, it does. It does.
But it is a
That's the
significantly
it-
different
Hold on.
life.
So why Robin Williams killed himself, and why do all the famous niggas end up with stupid, crazy ass addictions, or be
Yeah, money don't
I
make you
didn't
bad
say-
happy.
shit, depressed, or clinically insane, or suicide? Why?
Money don't make you
Money
happy.
doesn't automatically make you happy, but money does create the.
Remove the automatic.
Okay.
Money makes you happy is what you're.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And I don't agree to that.
Well, then you want to be the 200. Then why are you even arguing this?
No, I don't because you're. What I'm
You
saying
just
is,
said $50,000 with 20 in the bank is happier than 200. But money makes you
okay,
happy.
but
He's
I'm
making
trying to explain
significantly
the
more.
difference because at the end of the day, the nigga.
I'm talking in guarantees because
I'm not talking
they're
guarantees.
no, you're
No,
right.
the nigga with the 200. I know
Either
niggas
one.
like that.
Either
who
one
are,
could be true.
Are happy with their lives. But at the same time, they will be the first ones to admit to you, like, nigga, I'm dancing on a fucking razor blade right now.
Damn.
Because if anything fucking goes
Sounds
left,
wild, Pink.
everything falls apart.
Possible.
Exciting.
You feel what I mean?
riveting.
But like a lot of niggas
That'd be
live
a
like
good
that.
TV show.
There are niggas that are like what's the word? I forget what it's called, but it's sort of like wealthy poor. Like dog, you're up in terms of what you generate, but you don't make anything back. Whereas the nigga who's living beneath his means, God forbid something goes left, he's going to be okay. He lives a very different lifestyle. Anyone
does.
that lives beneath their means.
Modest, meager.
The
I'm
point
balling.
is the point is it's not about just making the money. It's how much
My
you get
chick
to
is
keep
different.
after everything.
My car is different. My house is different. The trips I take is different. The food I eat is different. As long as I maintain it, my life is
I
different.
take bites.
No,
and
it
throw
is
the
a
rest
higher
away,
quality.
nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Amar,
Talking about-
I'm not saying it's not
That's a
higher
booty
quality
tank.
of
That's
life.
my girl. I hate that shit.
My son Pootie saying, shout out Tay.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not a higher quality of life.
Yeah, it is.
Towel on the running style, my
On the running
nigga.
side.
Sip pound my dilly.
Thanks for watching. For more content, please check out these videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And all of the good stuff is actually on our Patreon. Go subscribe.